So I'm now in my third generation of a polycarbonate frame, 5-inch frame. This is the very first one, which lasted quite a while until I crashed at 105 kilometers an hour and broke an arm off it. One little thing I noticed looking back is that although these motors seem very similar, one's called racing and the other's ready to sky, and if you notice, although they look very similar, the wires are much thinner on the ready to sky than the racing one. So I suppose that's a way of saying take it easy with the ready to sky and go your hardest with the race. But so I bought more of these rather than these. So this was the second one I built, and sadly this is the one that I start to go wrong after it'd been, well, this flight controller was on the one that crashed at 105 kilometers an hour, and it seemed to be okay, so I moved it across, and then I started to run into problems. It was a thing I showed the other week where it was saying the CPU was overloaded, calibration errors, blah de blah. I had 4.5 Betaflight on it, and that was withdrawn, replaced with Betaflight 455. So I flashed it to 455, and at first everything was wonderful. I did a test flight, and the next morning I fired it up and it wouldn't even talk to the ESC. So I think, looking back, it had a buzzer attached to it with a battery on it. So although the main battery wasn't attached when it got splashed with seawater, there would have been a little bit of current trickling back from the battery on the beeper. So reluctantly, I decided that was that. So what I decided to do then was, rather than just replace the thing here, I had another frame already ready to go. So this frame has got brand new motors, the same race type ones, brand new flight controller, flashed to Betaflight 455, but I decided to move the props across and also all the peripherals, the camera, FPV camera, the GPS, the SpeedyBee MX800, and it's flown brilliantly, as you'll see in a moment, with its first maiden flight. So I'll replace so I think everything's okay in here apart from the flight controller, so I'll replace that eventually. But what I'm noticing with the SpeedyBee, it used to be switchable between 25 and 800. Now it seems to fire up an 800 and it won't go back. So I've got another one of these. It's not a problem because normally I've got it well ventilated the way I mount it, and normally I just take off as soon as I'm armed. But there's something not quite right there. But overall, very happy with it. So now I think we'll have a quick look at one of the flights. So this was actually the second flight of the day. By this point I was feeling very comfortable with it, so I thought what I wanted to do is to fly over the sea a bit more and get a bit more footage for the cinematic version. So that's what the intent was. So I didn't fly as high or as fast or as far this time, but I really enjoyed the control and confidence I had with it. So what I've done here, this is this image stretched out to 19 by 6, which I think is a much more accurate size. Though I'm quite happy with the condensed image flying, with the detail and the field of view I've got. So flying out over the rocks at the north end of Carrickalinga beach, and it was all going very smoothly. So I got brand new motors, brand new flight controller, but to get the thing ready in time, I decided just to move all the proven components across from the failed flight controller, which is what I did. So the only one that's slightly sus is the VTX, which seems to be stuck on 800, but as you see from this footage, it's rock steady, and even with the previous flight where I went higher and further than this one, not a flicker. So I'm very happy with the more powerful VTX compared to what I used to use. So fantastic day, nice and sunny for one of these cold, sunny winter days here in South Australia. No wind at all, which always makes life easier for this sort of thing. So I'm gradually getting up the kind of confidence I used to have when I used to fly exclusively in angle mode. Acro now feels totally natural. but I'm not pushing it too hard before I get down to the 1 metre over the waves type flying, which I'm sure I'll get to. And of course I'm flying 4S, so I can crank out more speed at 6S, but I've got no inclination to do that yet. So a really beautiful place. On a calm day you can actually go swimming, snorkeling there, and it's great. So what you might notice is I'm using very little throttle, mainly in the 20s, dropping down to the high teens. So this is the same tune I've been using for quite a while. It originally came from Kevin Stinger Swarm, who's the best pilot I've ever seen. And the idea is you want to get yourself a set of PID settings and PID rates that feel comfortable for you on basically the same kind of quadcopter, and fly a lot. Now, I don't fly as much as I'd like to, but even so, just flying the same rig pretty much all the time is the way to get control. So even though this is the third incarnation of this 5-inch with its polycarbonate frame, I'm feeling very settled with it. So just coming in here, and I decided to clip the end of this, and we'll go right to the stats at the end in a moment. But very happy with this and looking forward to more flying, and hopefully not too many strange accidents. So just following a path back to where we're standing. And the roar of the sea, we're down on the pad. You can have a look at the stats to get an idea of how the flight went and how much battery I used. Bye.
Okay.